He stood at the gate with a kitchen knife saying he's going to stab police.
Crime is on the rise.
Armed with an axe and a machete.
Trying to break into 2 separate houses.
But come at the hour.
More unit.
Come at the Interceptors.
Get on the floor! Out and running.
We're riding with West Yorkshire's elite. Alongside their pursuit drivers.
Contact, stand by.
On target with their firearms unit. In the air with their eye in the sky.
Off and running.
This is the front line in the fight against crime.
Get on the ground!
This is Police Interceptors.
I cannot believe we get paid to do this.
Yeah.
Coming up,
This is going to go.
a pursuit on a road to nowhere.
It's going to go down towards the dead end. It's going to be a decamp.
It's the end of the line for a stolen motor.
Turn it off! Out the car. Handbrake on now! Get out.
And
Don't walk off, fella.
an early morning runner gets nicked.
Give me keys, sorry, boss. Get your hands behind your back. Oh, sorry.
Saturday night has just turned into Sunday morning.
I was just confirm it's Toyota Starlet and give us the reg again.
Interceptors Ben Pearson and Matt Ransom are out looking for a car which has been linked to a couple of thefts earlier in the evening.
There's a Toyota Starlet which has hit cameras in local area, so hopefully we can drop on it, get them locked up.
17-year veteran Ben is a big fan of all 80s music. And he knows that getting hold of villains is often like Kylie's hit song, a case of I should be so lucky.
Take your gamble, you buy a lottery ticket, you take your chance. So I do think you make your own luck in a way, but I also think if you're out there trying, it'll look favourably upon you.
And Lady Luck does indeed seem to be smiling on our dynamic duo as they spot the starlet in a petrol station.
Is that a Toyota Starlet there? Is that Papa? Oh,
But just as they pull in behind it,
this is going to go.
the driver spots them and speeds off from the petrol station.
X Romeo 32. We've got a failed stop in Keighley on Hardings Road.
The 1-litre Toyota is no match for Ben's 3 Series Beamer in terms of grunt, so the driver decides to use its size, squeezing in and out of traffic and then taking to the opposite lane.
Yeah, speed is 50 miles an hour. It's a red Toyota Starlet.
It's the weekend and the roads are busy, but that doesn't stop the driver taking the wrong side of the road once again before running a red light. Then he drives the wrong way up a one-way street.
Turned left onto the high street.
But Ben knows exactly where he's going and heads him off. The Toyota's not getting away that easily.
Yes, trained and authorised. And suitable vehicle. Units top of Thornton. We're currently South Street.
Left in towards Woodhouse.
Left.
In towards Woodhouse Estate.
Going to Woodhouse Estate.
The car's heading towards a local estate. The driver could be looking to lose Ben in the maze of streets before bailing out.
Current speed 30 on Woodhouse Road.
It's going to go towards Halifax Road.
Right.
But instead of driving into the estate, the Toyota takes off in the opposite direction and heads out of town.
It's going to come out at Halifax Road, possibly. 50 miles an hour.
The driver then takes to a cobbled country lane.
Yes. Just turn left onto Hainsworth Lane.
Goes over the top towards Cullingworth.
Current speed is 30 miles an hour, 30.
The car then dives down a dirt track.
It's going to go down towards the dead end, and it's going to be a decamp. Back towards Woodhouse, please.
Left, down towards Woodhouse. Possible decamp.
The clouds of dust mean Ben can hardly see, and the bumpy track is giving his car a proper battering. This pursuit is getting out of control. Interceptors Ben Pearson and Matt Ransom have been involved in a pursuit with a car linked to a couple of thefts earlier in the evening.
Failed to stop in Keighley on Hardings Road.
The driver made a number of dangerous manoeuvres in the town centre.
Turned left onto the High Street.
But before heading out into the countryside...
Yes. Just turn left onto Hainsworth Lane.
And driving down a dirt track...
It's going to go down towards the dead end, and it's going to be a decamp.
Ramping up the risk level to the max.
They're going to get out and go down towards Woodhouse Estate. Yeah, I can't
Give me a
follow.
decamp. It's going to go down to Woodhouse Estate. It's going down the Earl Name Road.
We're unable to follow down there, mate. It's just the car will grind out just there.
Yeah, we can't follow, unfortunately. It's gone down the dirt track.
The pursuit's over. The rough terrain would wreck the police car, and it'll be difficult to catch the runners in the dark. Ben knows the area well and suspects they'll have ditched it up ahead.
Right, mate, do you want to get out with a torch? Basically, that goes on for about 500 metres.
Right.
But I can't get the car down.
Yeah, fine.
Right, I'll go around the other way.
All right.
Matt disappears into the darkness while Ben uses his local knowledge and heads round to see if he can spot the runners.
Where we've just pursued them, you won't know that exists unless you live in this local area. So that vehicle's probably either going to be abandoned or, well, to be honest, it will be abandoned because I don't think you can get a car down there now. It's that bad. This is where it comes out here.
Matt's with the motor. It has been ditched, and whoever was in it is long gone, along with the keys. Ben parks up and makes his way up the track.
Can it be driven out, or what's your thoughts?
Yeah, there's no keys with it. It can't be driven out.
You're right.
Ben's been joined by local officer Sam.
They're a quick little car.
Yeah, well, they are. Old style, it's brilliant.
So you don't realise how bad this is until you're trying to drive down it.
Now they need to get the Toyota moved, and with no keys, it's not going to be easy.
See, the thing is, you're not going to get recovery down here, so we've got two options. We have to put the steering lock and brake it in and roll it down. The recovery will have to come in the morning. Where we are now, there's known criminals that live down the road in the bottom part of the area down there. If we leave the vehicle sat where it is, they're going to come back for it. And obviously it's going to be used in crime again. We have got it back, which is a good job all in all, but hopefully forensics might get something on the car and we'll go from there and try and apprehend an offender.
Matt flexes his biceps and tries to break the steering lock, but notices a phone ringing in the footwell, probably left by one of the runners.
Someone's phone's ringing. Hello. How are we doing? Aaron's phone? Aaron what? Aaron who? Your nephew? What's his last name? Aaron's? Just by Woodhouse Road. Come and get friends to meet us and I'll give it you back.
The caller isn't keen to retrieve the phone, but he has given him some important intel.
Just had a nice phone call to tell us that the phone in the car is Aaron. So we'll do some inquiries on that name and we'll try and identify who he is, where he is, and also his friends who are in the car as well.
But the first priority is to get the car shifted. And they'll need to break the steering lock, which is designed not to be easily budged. Squash player Matt is close to celebrating a decade on the force. Before that, he was a personal trainer. And the steering lock's giving him a good workout.
Come on.
Yourself.
It's only about an inch thick. You'll do it. Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
But Ben has a solution.
It's not going off, is it? It ain't going off, is it, that?
What I'll do is I'll see if I can get Steve here with X5. He can pull it out.
As manpower can't shift the steering wheel, he's hoping the horsepower of the police 4x4 will do the job. But first, they try a more basic tool.
We need some sort of... Well, yeah.
How many traffic cops does it take to get a Toyota stall out of woods?
Joking aside, they can't leave the car here in case the runners come back for it.
I was thinking if we tie it around this side, so it's forcing it around.
It's time for the X5.
Let's see what happens.
I know what's likely to happen. It ain't going to be pretty, I would suggest.
Go on, go on. There you go, stop. There you go, done.
Ben's brainwave has done the job. The hard-to-shift motor is finally moving.
Right, go on, get going. See, all they needed were a bit of thought. They've got all that muscle, but they don't have hope there, do they?
The Toyota's finally out of the woods and onto the back of a recovery truck.
Steering's quite heavy.
They may not have caught the people in it, but getting this old banger out of circulation is a good result for the team.
If we didn't get that vehicle recovered tonight, it'll just be used in crime again. If they can't get it out from where it was up there, they just set it on fire. It'll become a danger to members of the public, so the best thing we've done is get it recovered, and we'll do some investigation and try and trace the driver.
Despite examining the car and the phone in the footwell, they were unable to discover who was driving. No one was arrested in relation to the driving and theft offences. The car was later destroyed. The days of nicking a car by breaking into it and hot-wiring it are long gone. The most common way vehicles are stolen now is via Hanoi burglaries, named after the first operation set up to target these burglars more than 15 years ago.
Hanoi burglaries, where people break into houses specifically to take the keys and take cars off driveways. It's big business at the moment. If they like them and they're fast cars and they think they might give us a run for our money in our cars, they'll keep them, put them on false plates and use them to commit further burglaries, so they can try and use them as essentially getaway cars. They will sell them as they come, or they will, again, sell them on, but for parts.
Clear left.
Cheers. What car is it?
Ford Fiesta.
What colour is it?
Silver, I think.
Just a kiss.
It's pub kicking out time, and Interceptors Chris Spencer and Kev Shaw are on the hunt for a car stolen in a Hanoi burglary, which has hit several number plate recognition cameras.
It's been seen like the other side of Bradford, and I thought it's going away from us, but it seems it's turned around, it's going back towards us now. So we're going to try head it off at the pass down here. It's not too far away, really.
The police pair, Kev and Spencer, joined the force on the same day almost 16 years ago. Before then, motorbike and Rochdale FC loving Kev worked as the manager of a well-known supermarket. Whereas his partner, Chris, aka Spencer, who's a big fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Sienna Miller, worked in road construction. And it's the road the stolen Fiesta might be on that's frustrating them tonight.
Not that way.
No Fiesta up there. Should we see if it's gone at 65? It's going to go back to Bradford.
Insurance to the same.
They know where and when the stolen car's been seen, but despite that, the radio's gone quiet and the Fiesta seems to have vanished.
There's only so much racing around you can do. We can drive really fast everywhere, but you're always playing catch up. And when you drive past 2 or 3 junctions, it's exponential the amount of ways it could be gone.
But then the stolen car pings another camera, a fair few miles away and just outside West Yorkshire.
Just take North Yorkshire cameras.
I have to be into winning early. It's a long way though. We're playing catch up again now. We're going to go visit North Yorkshire. See how those guys are doing.
West Yorkshire shares a border with 5 different police forces. It's common practice to work together to nick villains. As Spenner and Kev approach the border, a North Yorkshire car has caught up with the elusive Fiesta.
Yeah, we're behind this Fiesta 12 target. It's not aware of our presence.
How far past Hubie are you?
Half a mile.
Yep, we're coming up behind now. Oh, we're into Hubie now.
Spenner and Kev are close to their colleague and soon join him behind the stolen Fiesta.
There.
50 to car 2.
Yeah, are you in a position to attempt to stop it?
It's 2-1. How many units are there behind us?
50, we're behind you.
Have we got a third vehicle close by? My intention is, once we've got 3 vehicles together, it's got a 3-car box on this vehicle when the opportunity arises. Just approaching the roundabout, the A61, stand by.
They plan to stop the stolen car with a tactical pursuit and containment, or TPAC, where 3 police vehicles box in a car. So they'll have to wait for a third unit to catch up.
This is where we kind of got to use some of the tactics that we get taught, just to minimise risk. I kind of want to just pull out and take his nose off, but I think I'll be told off for doing that.
Thankfully, Spenner doesn't have to take any drastic action.
Yeah, you're cleared to come and overtake now and join the second vehicle.
The third car soon catches up.
2-1 North Yorkshire after first continue. They have authorised preemptive stop.
Okay, thank you. We're going to need 2-1 then. Have we got all 3 vehicles together?
Yeah, preemptive box, you go first, Steph. I'll go on to offside rear car at back.
It's time to TPAC.
Looking clear now. Now, let's go, go, go.
We'll get in front of me then.
Turn your engine off, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off! Out the car.
I'll brake on now!
Get out. Ain't got anything on you shouldn't have? No. Whose car is it? Easy question, whose car is it?
Stop, stop. There's no injuries, no damage.
It's been a textbook TPAC.
Yeah.
The stolen motor's been stopped, and they have the driver.
Jump in.
And the passenger.
Whose car is it?
Put your window up.
Whose car is it?
What's your name?
Whose car is it?
I've just been given £100 to drive an old Target.
You've just been what?
To drive a Target.
All right. And you're banned as well?
Yeah, it's shown as an outstanding stolen.
Right. You're under arrest, sir.
So I'm getting done for stealing.
You've been arrested. You've been arrested for stealing it, yeah? That sounds like someone who's stolen it, sir.
West and North Yorkshire have combined forces and got the job done.
So stolen car and false plates, that's a great result. It's been stolen for a couple of months. Milado's pleading ignorance, but it's not the first time I've heard that. Taking him out to the police station now, and we'll see what he's got to say. He ain't the brains of Britain, the lad. But when he says, "Oh, I ain't stolen it, mate," that's what a car thief would probably say. It's a car thief's prerogative to lie. So we'll see. The truth will come out.
The car's believed to have been stolen via a Hanoi burglary. Kev checks the details.
Yeah, can you just confirm, is it theft of motor vehicle, is it burglary?
No, it's shown as a burglary residential, so Hanoi.
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of burglary as well.
And the contents of the car won't help his defence.
Bear in mind, these lads are innocent. It's just what they say he's done, paid £100 to take it somewhere, obviously. I know whenever I go out in a stolen car, you always make sure you take your burgling stuff with you. Everyone needs like your burgling hat with its goggles on, it's all on there with gloves. So these guys are up to no good. It's a bit chilly time, but it ain't balaclava and gloves weather, is it?
Back at the Nick, Kev books in the driver. It's been a satisfying evening's work.
The gentleman we've had, he's been arrested for burglary. This vehicle's been taken from a burglary where people break into your house, nick your keys, and then make off with your car. So the car were on false plates trying to avoid detection, and we've found it and stopped it and got him. He's also shown as a disqualified driver until he's passed his driving test. He's never bothered taking a driving test, so he's been further arrested for disqualified driving. We joined this job to basically get stolen cars back, and tonight we've done it. Another childhood dream ticked off the list.
The driver couldn't be connected to the burglary, so the charges were dropped. However, he was charged with theft of a motor vehicle, disqualified driving and no insurance. He awaits his day in court. No further action was taken against the passenger, and Kev's delighted to get them off the road. Still to come.
Hello.
Hello. It's no good swapping seats.
Some front seat trading places.
I'm driving.
No, you won't.
I will.
No, you won't. Not unless you've grown a beard.
A dodgy driver tells some porkies.
Where's the keys? The key? Yeah, no key. Don't walk off, fella.
And white van man nearly takes out the Interceptors.
You've come and drifted straight onto my carriageway. You've actually nearly put me into concrete barrier.
The number of uninsured vehicles seized by the cops is on the rise. Last year, over 140,000 of them were taken off the roads. The Interceptors have a theory why people drive uninsured.
Not insurance is a big thing, definitely, but it's a bit of a kind of catch-22 in it. A lot of people can't afford the insurance, so they take the risk. If they get caught, the car gets taken off them and they'll risk a fine or a points, but that puts the premiums up in certain areas, which then puts it out of reach for even your average person. Might be twice as much the car's even worth, and people just can't afford that, so they just take the risk more and more.
A new day is dawning, and as the early birds start to go about their business, Interceptor Dan Robson and rookie Emily Walker are coming to the end of their night shift and are taking a trip round Emily's home turf.
East Leeds, never sleeps.
Not so bad.
Dan may not be an expert on East Leeds, but in his more than 15 years on the job, he's developed an eagle eye for dodgy drivers. And as they cruise through the residential streets of Hare Hills, he clocks a car making a swift right turn.
Oh, no.
That gets his wrong and radar twitching. And in the less than 15 seconds he takes to catch up, the driver's already out of the car.
Hey, fella. Fella. Is it your car?
This one?
Yeah, this one.
No, my car.
Right. Where's the keys?
The key?
Yeah.
No key.
I've just watched you get out of the driver's seat. Don't walk off, fella.
Sorry. No. I give you key. Sorry, boss. Sorry.
Get your hands behind your back.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
Right. Oh. Get in the car. Get in the car.
I give you key.
Give me the key now.
Yes, the key.
Where's the key?
He dropped it on the floor.
The driver's trying to hide something. Dan's got a hunch what it might be.
Have you got your licence with you?
No.
You've got no licence, right. Why try and run? Why run?
I don't understand.
Emily's also had a run of the car and driver's details through the police national computer.
There's no insurance. Right, there's no trace of him on any system. Have you got any ID at all?
Yes, I have the phone.
Anything in the car?
No. Sorry, darling.
I'm not your darling. Right, so he hasn't got any ID. So I'm just going to drive the car and follow Dan round to his home address to get his ID.
The man lives just a few streets away. And once he's cuffed...
Nothing problem, believe me.
Well, you've tried to run away. You've tried to run away already, so...
He goes in and gets his passport.
2 minutes.
Yeah, but you have to take this one out, please.
Right, hang on.
Just wait here, she'll get it.
Yeah, I'm waiting here, yeah?
The Dawn driver's recently arrived in the UK from Romania, and his reticence in getting a driving licence has caused him big problems.
Yeah, strange one really. We're just knocking about around the Hare Hills area of Leeds and we see this car and looks like it's done a bit of a lucky left type manoeuvre. Doesn't want to speak to us, and as we've come round the corner, he's just getting out of the car and walking away from it. He obviously didn't want to speak to us, and then he started to try and run. I don't like people that try and make me run. And the reason being, it turns out he's got no licence for insurance, so I'm just going to do the paperwork now to report him and take the car off him. So it'll take about 5 or 10 minutes, but he'll have to walk to work, I'm afraid. You're going to be reported for driving without a licence or insurance. Okay? We're taking the car.
You're taking the car?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah. You can get the car back, but we're taking it now because you can't drive without a licence or insurance.
This is a big problem.
It is a big problem.
Yeah.
But it'd be an even bigger problem if you had a crash without a licence or insurance.
No.
Or, worse than that, if you had a crash and someone died, you'd be going to prison. And then it'd be a big problem, wouldn't it? Is that your wife in there or girlfriend?
Yes.
Who's going to put food on the table? It's serious.
Okay. Only one time.
It only takes one time though, doesn't it? You could drive to the end of the street and someone that's had too much to drink, someone drunk could walk out in front of you.
You need to have a licence and you need to have insurance by law, and you haven't got either. So that's why you sat here now. All right.
Once he's got his things out of the car,
Happy you've got everything? Yeah.
the not-so-happy ex-driver walks to work.
Poor lad. He's come here for a better life, provide for his family.
Yeah, fair play,
Took
but
away his car.
do it legally.
The man was later charged with driving with no licence or insurance and fined £1,053 and given 8 points to be put on his licence once he gets one. His car wasn't recovered from the pound, so was destroyed. Dan's still not happy about his early morning exercise.
Trying to run for something as simple as no docs. Why bother? You know, you're not going to get locked up for it, so a lot of people just hold their hands up and take it on the chin, but he didn't want to, did he?
But Emily's got a far more serious problem.
And I broke a nail.
Broke a nail? Damn.
Yeah, it happens quite regular, to be honest. You can't have nice nails in this job.
No, yeah.
Yours all right?
Just about.
It's Saturday night, and Interceptors Wayne Hutchison and Carl Charlie Farley are on the lookout for a car allegedly involved in a hit and run.
Someone's just shouted up that there's been a couple of mopeds and a Corsa. Corsa's deliberately smashed into her and then made off.
They've got an idea where the car's heading, but the roads are empty.
This Corsa could be anywhere, couldn't it, up here?
Then they get an update.
Yeah, that motorbike's just gone past me, Middleton, Ring Road.
God, it's miles away. It's right down there, isn't it?
The car's been spotted by a colleague halfway across the county. Huddersfield Town and Peter Kay fan Wayne worked in banking before he became a cop 19 years ago. His partner Carl is also a big fan of the Lancastrian comic and was an electrician before joining the force. But they both know the roads like the backs of their hands. So they hit the motorway as it's the quickest route to the Corsa. Advanced driver Wayne's hitting almost 100 in the outside lane, but then a van in the middle lane starts drifting into his path, nearly forcing him into the central reservation. Without Wayne's swift reactions and driving skills, this could have been a fatal collision.
He's texting.
Even though they're on their way to another job, they can't ignore the driver's actions and suspect he may have been distracted.
We've just passed a van and it started to come onto our lane. So Wayne's had to swerve to avoid a collision. And as we've passed him, I've looked and he's texting on his phone, messing about with his phone.
You see me coming down here?
Yeah. That's it, innit?
Wayne bangs on the sirens, and this time the van driver does notice the police car and pulls over. Having narrowly avoided a serious smash, Carl's not in the best of moods. This fella's going to get a right earful.
Come this side! Come this side! Sorry, mate. It's not a good place to be. Just come and take a seat with us 2 minutes.
And he seems unfazed by the situation.
Just jump in, just need a quick word with you.
Thank you.
You want a ticket, mate?
I'm sorry, it's just the. I was trying to get used to the bloody controls. It's an iPad, I've only had it.
Right.
It won't work out the controls.
Right. So what? Messing about with your phone or something?
No, I wasn't messing about with my phone.
You had it held up in front of you as we passed you.
Not my phone, I didn't.
Wayne's heard enough.
Right, whether I prosecute you for your mobile phone or due care, because I'll tell you what, listen to what I'm saying to you. I will do the talking, you will do the listening now.
Yeah.
I'm responding to an incident. I'm in lane 3 of the motorway and I'm overtaking you. You've come and drifted straight onto my carriageway. You've actually nearly put me into a concrete barrier.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We've nearly had. Just bear with me.
For 31 years, I'm not some shithead or anything.
I'm not saying that you are, but what I'm saying is you've nearly put me into the barrier.
It was a genuine mistake.
The driver's straight up denying he was on his phone, but Carl's not convinced.
Where is your mobile phone?
My mobile phone's in the car.
In the van? Whereabouts in the van?
It's on the seat on the car.
Carl finds a phone on the front seat. Things aren't looking good for the driver.
On seat next to.
It's what?
It was on seat. It wasn't on charge. It was just on seat.
Yeah, but it is on charge.
It wasn't. It wasn't plugged in. No, I've not just unplugged that.
Even though the phone was on the seat next to him, the man's insistent he wasn't using it.
Well, I wasn't on the phone when you...
You had something in your hand.
Hopefully you've got it recorded.
Got it recorded where you nearly put us into central reservation. Stick a due care ticket on.
I've gone for the light.
Carl has a scan of the phone, but can't find any proof that the man was using it, so they're going to give him a ticket for driving without due care and attention.
Be mindful if we're using the controls of the vehicle or whatever we're using while we're driving, we need to be concentrating on what we're doing, yeah?
I've apologised, it was a momentary thing.
But that momentary lapse of concentration could have killed me, could have killed you, my colleague or somebody else that's travelling behind us, okay?
We've been messing with something. He's adamant it wasn't his phone. But he had something in his hand, he was messing with something.
And were it not for Wayne's skillful driving, the outcome could have been far worse.
Wayne's had to swerve towards the concrete central reservation to avoid a collision with this. And it is a prime example. You need to be concentrating 110% on your driving when you're on motorway. That could have been nasty, that could have been naughty. If he'd have hit us, if he'd have come over any more and hit us, Wayne wouldn't have had anywhere to go, would have been in that barrier, and who knows.
The van driver accepted to take a driver retraining course instead of going to court for driving without due care and attention.
When I got him out, he was all smiles and I'm thinking, what are you smiling at? You just nearly wiped us out. But yeah, it just shows the dangers, just that little lapse, that second lapse of concentration ends up like that.
Have a moving one, please, at Bradford Road at Brighouse, please.
It's just before sunrise, and Interceptor Tony Rouse is behind a suspicious motor with 4 people on board.
Registered to. She is the only permitted driver.
The car's registered to a woman, who's the only person insured to drive it. And that's where the problem is.
I've got a funny feeling that it was a bloke driving it, wasn't it? We'll just pull it over and I will light it up and see if it pulls over.
This driver is clearly paying attention and pulls over. But as the car comes to a stop, 2 people in the front appear to be changing places. The passenger's moving over to the driver's seat.
Hello.
Hello. It's no good swapping seats.
Sorry.
You low bore area?
No, because you were driving, not her.
Put on your radio.
I'll be driving.
No, you won't.
I'll
No, you won't. Not unless you've grown a beard.
The front seat twosome are sticking to their story that she was driving.
Can we get out? Just stay there a minute.
Tony needs to ask some more questions, but with 4 people to deal with, he calls back up.
Drivers have swapped seats. Comes back to a female and male were driving. Just go in a bit of a lift. There's only me here, this 4 car.
And reinforcements soon arrive in the form of Nick Priestley and Claire Gray.
Hey up. It's insured to female. There's only female on it. I don't know who she is yet, I haven't got that far. But like I say, he were driving.
Alex, come and take a seat with us.
Nick takes the man off for a chat. He's still saying that he wasn't driving. Meanwhile, Claire's having a talk with the woman, who tells her a different tale.
She says she were giving you a lesson. That's why you were driving?
Yes, might as well, thank you.
5:20 is a strange time to be giving a driving lesson, and there aren't any L plates on the Golf. But whatever was happening, the car's not going to be driven any further.
I'll tell you what we'll do, then we'll seize it.
Right.
We'll seize it. She knows it ain't got any insurance.
Right. Yeah. Well, I've got keys at the minute, so
right.
Yeah. Coolio.
So the car's going to the pound, and the 4 people in it will have to find another way of getting home. Nick's got the fun job of delivering the news.
Unfortunately, my love, your car's getting seized this evening. All right, I'll tell you why. I'll explain to you why. All right, the guy that's driving doesn't have any licence or insurance. You've allowed him to drive. Okay. So, well, there's no issue. We can get it back. All right, but tonight it's getting seized. All right, because he don't have any insurance and he's been driving it. These guys it back. I've only got 100 yards to walk. There's a nice warm taxi rank over there. You can join them if you want. Right, so if you want to step out and then we'll give you some paperwork and you can get on your way.
Despite Nick's suggestion, the backseat passengers seem keen on hanging around.
I thought you were going to the taxi rank. He's probably recording you because you're acting like bloody idiots.
Yep.
Go that way. Taxi rank.
What's happening
That
with
way.
our friend then?
What friend?
That friend.
In the car? You're going soon.
I have to go home.
Yeah, that's all right. He's going soon. Come on, come and talk to my mate over here and he'll explain everything.
I'm not going to tell him.
No, jump in here.
Tony's word is good enough for me, so if he says they were driving, it. Car's getting seized. He's been reported, and everybody's happy apart from these two here.
It's been an eventful end to Tony's night shift.
See you later.
Take care. Let's
Take care. Well, we've seen this car drive past, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. There's 4 people in it, which straight away sort of arouses your suspicion. The female, although she was had a backside in the driver's seat, I think the legs and everything else were still in the passenger seat, so they were in the process of swapping seats basically. So it was quite obvious to me. I've seen him driving. I'm quite happy that he was driving, and that she's come up with some story because he's not insured and doesn't have a driving licence.
The man was later reported for driving with no insurance. No action was taken against the woman in the car or the 2 backseat passengers. Coming up, a smashed up van.
He has actually hit this.
And a runaway driver.
I believe you've been involved in an accident with your van. Is that right?
Who reeks of booze.
How much have you had to drink tonight, sir?
Not a lot.
Not a lot, okay.
Turn your engine off.
Over 70,000 people are caught drink driving each year. And as the officers that have to deal with the aftermath, most interceptors have zero tolerance of the offenders.
Drink drivers really have absolutely no respect for the law. They drive on the road and put everybody else at danger. And it is a complete disregard for the law and disregard for anybody else's safety as well as their own. And there's absolutely no excuse for it in my eyes. They are incredibly selfish and they will just do that without thought of anybody else.
Received. Vehicle still there, ticket. Received.
It's Monday night and Interceptor Bob Hoyle and rookie Danny Mickey are on their way to a crash, allegedly involving a drunk driver.
I'm just going to report of a van that's crashing into some bollards in Elland. Driver's potentially been drinking.
Veteran Interceptor Bob's not far off celebrating a quarter century on the job. When he's not out on patrol, he likes nothing better than heading down to Valley Parade to watch the mighty Bradford City.
We're on it now. Bollards here. Oh, there, look. Just disconnect that.
He and Danny arrived to find some busted bollards and a smashed up van, but no driver. Thankfully, there are some witnesses.
up that way.
Walking.
Yeah, he's got red t-shirt, grey beard, and a black turban.
Raggy beard, he's fairly elvish chap, he's staggering everywhere, he can hardly stand up.
How long ago going up that way?
About 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes ago, he's got a lantern in his hand and a red t-shirt.
Right, okay. Let's see how that.
So the driver's done a runner, or according to the witness, a stagger. 10 minutes ago. Danny and Bob need to track him down.
10 minutes.
Especially drunk.
Drunk, be 2 steps forward, 5 back.
Yeah.
And a couple of minutes later,
Oh, sir.
they catch up with a man fitting the description.
Just want to make sure you're okay. Because I believe you've been involved in an accident with your van. Is that right?
I'm not quite.
You're not quite sure? What have you got in your hands here? Can I just check? Is that the van key there?
Yeah.
We'll just take all. What's this? Like a lantern. Right. Are you okay? Are you injured yourself?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Do you want to come and have a seat 2 minutes round here for me? Just come round here. Have you had something to drink tonight, alcohol-wise? Just round this side. Just come round here. How much have you had to drink, sir? Just you have a little seat in there, my friend.
Thank you.
The man's fairly incoherent and reeks of booze.
How much have you had to drink tonight, sir?
Not a lot.
Not a lot, okay. Do you want to tell me what's happened or where you're going now?
I'm going home.
You're going home? Is it your van?
Yes.
Okay. Obviously, I can smell some alcohol in your breath, okay? So I'm going to request a breath test from you. A roadside breath test. Have you given one of these before?
I am.
Okay.
But he won't be doing one here.
This were working earlier on, wasn't it? Right.
The breath test kit's on the blink. Given the man's behaviour and odour, Bob's got enough grounds to nick him on suspicion of drink driving.
I can obviously smell the alcohol. It's quite strong, and you look a little bit unfit the way you were kind of walking, and from the witnesses you seem to be staggering. We ain't got a breath kit, which is working. So at this moment in time, I'm going to tell you that you're under arrest for being unfit to drive whilst under the influence of drink. Okay. Okay, so we've found the gentleman as described by people back down there, but as you can see, it's clearly in drink. His breath kit wasn't working, so he's been arrested on suspicion of being unfit through drink. We'll take him to the police station where he can blow the machine and we'll find out how much alcohol's in his body.
Returning to the scene of the crash, it's clear that the driver was lucky not to have added to the more than 9,000 people killed or injured on the UK's roads each year due to drink driving.
He has actually hit this. Oh, he's still sturdy enough, but he's right. But that's what stopped him. Or else he'd have probably carried on going over the bollards, wouldn't he? They're only here to highlight the fact. It's a bit of a chicane to slow vehicles down, I think. Drink driving is, you know, a bit of a bugbear of mine, and this gentleman, he's really drunk, isn't he? You know, staggering about, and like you say, I don't know where he's going, where he's been, but he's from Huddersfield, which is a good, 9-10 mile away. You know, he's lucky he has it, this, come to a stop, and not, like you say, hit somebody else or, you know, kill somebody.
Back at the nick, the man gets on the intoxilizer.
Blow, 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 blow. Bit more, bit more, bit more. That's it. Well done. Stop.
And gives the result Bob expected.
Okay, so you've blown 81. Well, it's over twice the limit, isn't it? Okay.
The man was later convicted of drink driving. He was banned for 18 months and fined £525, including costs. Bob's nicked hundreds of drink drivers over the years and still can't understand why people do it.
These people take the risks of drinking and driving, and, well, it beggars belief, but, yeah, they get involved in these collisions, don't they? And, well, I've not to say for that, really. I just don't know. They're, yeah, mad.
Stand by. Contact with the subject vehicle.
Crime is on the rise.
Hands up! Hands on your head!
So it's time to fight back.
Do not move! Do not move!
Battling on the front line are Nottinghamshire's finest.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! I'm going to back right now!
Highly trained pursuit drivers.
Right. Box on. Box on. Box on.
Specialists in entry and search.
Safety on.
Rapid response firearms officers.
We know you've got shotguns in there, mate. Shots fired!
And the crime-stopping force of the dog unit.
Dog's got one!
Stay where you are!
Wherever the battle takes them,
Fire!
they'll never back down.
Police officer!
Because cometh the hour,
He's running!
Hands on your head!
cometh the Interceptors.
All in a day's work.
Coming up, a red-hot pursuit,
Opposite side of the road, narrowly missing onto the vehicle.
followed by a deep impact.
Here we go. Stay!
A canine cop sniffs out a fugitive
Stay where you are! Walk up here now! Keep your hands where I can see them!
and hide and seek with the knife crime team.
So what is it in there? Nothing. What is it? I've just heard it when you've done it.
You can search me.
I will be searching you, mate, because you'll be coming back for a strip search now, won't you?
Nothing on me, man.
Mate, we've got failed stop.
And it's got a vehicle failing to stop.
High-speed pursuits are a risky business.
5-3, we are pursuit. Vehicle is lights off, swerving across all lanes, lane 2.
Because when a bad guy's on the hook,
Stand by. Contact with the subject vehicle.
he'll do whatever it takes to get away.
It's running, Brown, it's running.
Drivers of cars that failed stop from the police don't care about anything other than themselves.
Near side and offside is on rims. It's contacting member of the public.
The velocity of the car, the speeds they go at, there are innocent members of the public who are not expecting them to come through junctions without looking.
The TPAC train.
And they just present a risk to everybody and themselves, all just to get away from the police. They show no regard for anybody at all.
Here we go.
This is perfect.
It's mid-morning.
It's a black Vauxhall Mocker.
7 miles northwest of Nottingham, Interceptor Katie Eustace is awaiting intel on a wanted man.
Believed to be driving without a licence.
That's one off briefing, isn't it? Right, hope we're all ready.
It is, yeah, that's the one.
A disqualified driver with previous for violent offences has reportedly been spotted nearby.
More bridge with it.
One male driver wearing sunglasses. White male.
Advanced driver and Harry Potter fan Katie has been working her magic on the county's roads for more than a decade.
White male, gold or fair hair.
So the vehicle, we've had information say the vehicle's been used by a disqualified driver.
She'd better buckle up because the morning's just getting going.
Failing to stop, uphill lane jumping towards Fulwell.
Yes, it's failing to stop.
Speed 70 miles per hour.
2 miles away, Katie's colleagues have just got behind the suspect driver.
Speed increasing 76 miles per hour.
And he's doing whatever he can to get away.
Rear conditions are dry. Medium is still present. Nottingham Road.
The black Vauxhall he's using to dice with death is in fact a hire car.
Speed 73 miles per hour. Wrong side of the road.
But it clearly hasn't read the fine print of the rental agreement.
Onto Portland Road, still continuing. General direction towards Hucknall Town Centre.
The Vauxhall may be nippy,
Back onto the wrong side of the road.
but its driver is playing with fire.
Wrong side of the road. Approaching the Mini RA. It's going to be open for a second. Robin Bailey Way.
A risky run through a housing estate means one of two things.
Stand by for decamp.
And if it's not a decamp,
It's a left, packet close.
It's a dangerous attempt to wriggle free. Back on the main road, the suspect shows a total disregard for other drivers.
Sunset, facing a red R8, it's through the R8 and no bright lights.
As he runs a major red at almost 70,
Medium risk, back down to low risk.
he manages to lose the pursuing cops. But what he doesn't know is that barely a mile up ahead, Katie's riding to the rescue.
I think we'll come across them very shortly.
And she's ready to intercept.
I think any moment now.
Now the cops giving chase have caught up with him too.
Opposite side of the road, narrowly missing oncoming vehicle.
At north of 70, a blind overtake nearly brings this pursuit to a disastrous end.
Back down to low risk, entering the 50s.
After putting countless lives at risk,
Continuously the right.
it looks like this lad's finally run out of ideas.
It's a reset. Back towards the general direction of Hucknall.
He's on his way back into town.
Come on, reset.
Which means he's now heading straight for Katie.
3482, I am Hucknall bypass now. It's like there at the minute.
As the reckless runaway hurtles towards a roundabout,
Wrong side of the road, back up to medium risk.
he's got no idea Katie is lying in wait.
Here we go.
Contact made.
In a northwestern suburb of Nottingham,
73 miles per hour, wrong side of the road.
a runaway rental car has been taking cops on a wild and dangerous ride.
Opposite side of the road, narrowly missing oncoming vehicle.
But lurking at a roundabout up ahead is Interceptor Katie Eustace.
Here we go.
And she's ready to pounce. As the Vauxhall goes the wrong way around the roundabout, Katie decides enough is enough.
Contact made.
The pursuit is over. But at what cost?
Contact made.
Yeah. You alright?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I'm alright. Vehicle stop.
Under arrest for failed to stop dangerous driving.
For someone who's just led cops on a white knuckle ride round town, the lad seems remarkably calm. And he's completely unharmed, which is more than can be said for Katie.
What's your name, Becky? Yeah, I think I've just got caught it as the airbag's gone off.
Even so, she's had a lucky escape.
As he's gone to come out there, I've gone this side of the roundabout to try and get behind him, but he's come head on with me. I didn't want him to go head on the roundabout, going wrong side around this roundabout. It's a main arterial route, and that's dangerous, so he's made contact with the side of my police vehicle, causing a fair amount of damage, unfortunately, to the X5, which is a shame. But we've got him detained. He's not injured any members of the public, which is good. Absolute idiot. He's showing a complete disregard for the safety of other road users, for us, for himself as well. I mean, that could have ended a lot worse than it did. So, yeah. First crash I've been in with the airbags going off as well.
The driver is breathalyzed and given a drugs wipe. But both come back negative. And he's not carrying any drugs or weapons either.
Mate, that's some of the worst driving I've seen. Just pass it time.
Interceptor Lee, who led the pursuit, is left scratching his head.
Literally driving offences, that we could have dealt with fairly quickly at the roadside, but he's up the game here and potentially looking at prison time for the way he was driving. I've been in jail 20 years now, and you see some amazing things, but even now, it just baffles me as to why people don't just pull over and are willing to put themselves at risk. They've got families at the end of the day that I'm sure they want to go home to see, so I just don't understand why people go that far to get away from us, because we'll always get you at the end of the day.
The lad, who decided to try his luck and go head-on with the police, pleaded guilty to dangerous driving, driving whilst disqualified, and driving without insurance or a licence. He received 8 months behind bars and was banned from driving for 4 years. On the front line, there's a specialist unit of fearless crime fighters with a unique set of skills. A deafening bark,
Stay where you are, put your hands back.
42 teeth,
Oh!
and a nose that smells trouble a mile off.
Stay where you are now! Stay where you are! Stay where
Quantum is my general purpose dog, so he's taught a variety of skills. At the end of the day, my dog will protect me and nothing will stop him protecting me. He's just amazing. He's an amazing dog. I've got to work on my own, but I feel confident I've got him in the back of the car and he's always going to be there on my shoulder. He's like my best friend. Yeah, what's postcode, please?
It's the early hours of Thursday morning.
Yeah, I've got that. I'll swap over to 9. I'm only a couple of miles away.
Dog handler Jen Else is blue lighting it to a 999 incident.
Off-duty cops seen some guy trying car doors. Approached him. He threatened to bang him out and ran off.
The 999 caller is an off-duty policeman who's had a close encounter with a suspected car thief.
Callers approached him, didn't like it, started to bang him out and off.
Yeah, received. I'm only a mile and a half away.
Jen's no-nonsense style of policing is fueled by 2 things: salt and vinegar crisps and mashed potatoes. And tonight she's keeping them peeled for a man in black.
Mate, stay where you are. Stay where you are. Oh, are you?
Right jacket, wrong man.
Yeah, oh, good.
Yeah.
Glad you told me.
Yeah, I'm with officer. Dog woman. Cheers.
Turns out it's the off-duty cop who dialed 999.
Yeah. So he's come on our drive right down there. Ring doorbell's gone off.
Yeah.
I've come out for 999. He's come round and flanked me, so he comes head on.
Yeah.
So I've followed him. So he's gone down into the woods.
And what sort of stature is he?
I'd say he's about 6 foot, medium build.
Yeah.
He's got hood up, red hooded top.
Yeah.
And he's all in black.
Red hooded top underneath the black jacket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The suspect has vanished into the woods, so Jen falls in line behind the off-duty cop.
It's a good job I identified himself to me quite quickly, because he matches the description, doesn't he?
Jen's pedigree chum tonight is 5-year-old German Shepherd Quantum.
No. Wait. He's one of the good guys. Just watch him. Just give us a bit of space. Steady.
Dogs like Quantum have noses 10,000 times as sensitive as ours. They can pick up on nasty whiffs from more than a mile away.
I'm not convinced he's come up this way. Seacon.
And even though the wet weather makes tracking even trickier, Quantum's onto something.
Seacon. Quantum, get on. Get on.
He sniffed out a suspicious glove. And that's not all.
Leave! Boy, we've also come across a black hooded jacket.
Jen reckons the runner could have ditched his black jacket.
Just get the large black coat.
And Quantum clearly agrees.
I think we're tracking him in a minute.
Somehow, across the sodden surface, this canine cop can smell victory.
Good boy, good boy. Good lad. Right, stay where you are. Stay. Do you understand me? Stay where you are. Walk up here now. Keep your hands where I can see them. Give me 2 seconds. Walk up the hill now. Walk up the hill. Now. Don't start shouting at me.
Another suspect apparently caught with his pants down.
Just watch the dog, watch the dog. Keep your distance from the dog. Good boy. Go over there, go over there. No, wait. Go over there. I've got him.
Quantum's turned the bloke's legs to jelly. But finally, he makes it out of the ditch and into the arms of district cops.
What are you doing down here, mate? She knows what we're doing. I had my pants around my ankles. That's what I was doing.
Sounds like this fella's all mouth and no trousers.
Can I ask you why? Just sit down. Tell me why. Just sit down and we'll go through it. Tell me why first. You can't just come and get me out of the... No, we can.
Stop. Get in the car.
You've had reports that you've been going up in people's driveways, so get in the car. Pal. Get in the car. Stop mucking about and just get in the car. Mate, I'm homeless. Right. We'll deal with that in a minute. All I want to tell you is I'm homeless. Right. I can't help it that I'm homeless, mate.
It's a good score for Quantum.
Happy days.
But the man is claiming to be homeless and denies trying to nick cars.
Because of what we've heard, I'm just going to come out and I'm going to have to search you before we do anything with you.
As cops begin to frisk him,
I did that right thing and told you.
Quantum spots something.
Get your hand out of your pockets.
I've told you, keep your hands out your pockets. Mess about, you'll go to custody. Sorry. So stop. Sorry. Sorry. Come here. Sorry. Where are we?
And they discover a syringe in his pocket. Even though there's no sign of any drugs, he's still off to the nick.
You're a good lad. Yes.
I'm in awe of what he's capable of because it was absolutely soaking. He's took me across that water, up that hill, gone along that path, and then he's literally head down gone. And then as soon as we got there, I knew someone was in there somewhere because his body language just changed. He was digging in hard, telling me someone was there. It was just a matter of finding them.
Today of all days means Quantum's gift of a prisoner is extra special for Jen.
It's my birthday today, so that was an excellent present to end on a fab set of shifts. I'm well proud of him, really am proud of him. My best mate. Wingman, like your son. Good boy.
Although the attempted car break-in was caught on CCTV, the pictures did not show a clear enough image of the perpetrator for any charges to be brought. As a result, no further action was taken against the suspect. For an interceptor, getting a lungful from a dodgy driver...
Right, OK, deep breath and blow to the machine for me.
...is all part of the daily grind.
Thank you.
Every week, 30 people are either killed or seriously injured due to drink driving.
You have something to drink as well? Yeah.
As any cop will tell you, even one small drink just isn't worth the risk.
OK, so you've failed that test.
It's almost daybreak, and Interceptors Jim Carrington and Ian Coleman are coming to the end of their shift.
Yeah, 9-8, we're in Mansfield. We're going to have a look as well. Have we gone into the quarry from the top end then, the King's Stand end?
They have just received an SOS from a district unit that's tracking a BMW 140 through the centre of Mansfield.
Just coming through town, mate, so we're sort of 30 seconds away from you.
After a brief blue light run through the empty streets, they spot their colleague.
We'll spin on you.
And the flashy motor it's tailing. Having pulled a U-E, the lads fall in behind the Beamer and await further info from the cops at the rear.
NH, have we got preemptive tactics for this vehicle?
I think this one has just failed to stop for the cops in Mansfield, or has allegedly made off from them, and it's the car that's behind us. So we're trying to find out now exactly what it's done.
Family man Jim's favourite thing about the force is the camaraderie. Nailing bad guys is just an added bonus.
Local cops are saying it's made off from them.
This high-spec motor's got some serious legs. And the driver's not shy of testing its pulling power.
It might not have been a fail to stop there. I think it's seen a marked car and just put its foot down, but now it's calmed down a bit.
We are left onto Peacock Street.
They're with us now. I don't think this goes anywhere.
Yeah, I can see, yeah. I think we're going to be into a dead end for a natural stop. Stand by.
It doesn't look like he's going for a decamp, but the lads can't be too careful.
He's just at the back of Papa John's.
Now to find out what the score is.
Whereabouts have you just come from?
I'm from the casino.
Right, okay. Some of my colleagues saw you driving a bit fast up at the quarry, Berry Hill.
Yeah, Berry Hill. I was just trying to get home, that's all.
Right.
6 years.
Yes, okie doke. Have you got some ID on you?
Turns out the lad's licensed and fully insured to drive the swanky motor. But he's still acting shifty, and Jim reckons he knows why.
You got a drink at all tonight?
Yeah, I've had 2 vodka lemonades.
The lad claims he's had a couple of drinks nearly 2 hours ago. If he's telling the truth, it could be his lucky day.
You should be under the limit. I can't smell much booze on you, if any at all. So I'm not expecting you to be over the limit massively.
We do this at football. I play for Mansfield, you see, don't say it.
Oh, do you?
Say out to these, but I play for Mansfield, that's all.
What, first team?
Yeah.
Do you?
We do these, yeah.
The driver says he's familiar with the breathalyzer as he uses them every day, in training as a professional footballer for Mansfield Town.
Keep going, 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 keep going. Keep blowing, mate, that's it. I can't imagine you'll be over the limit, mate. It's thinking about it, mind you.
Our survey says...
Yeah, what's 51 mean?
Yeah, 51's not good.
What's that mean?
51 means you're over the drink drive limit.
Surely not.
Surely yes.
I've had 2 vodka lemonades. What's the limit?
The limit is anything over 35 we'll arrest you for at the police station. If you blow anything over 40, that can mean you end up in court. That is only a screening device, so it's not necessarily accurate, but it's a fail. It does give us the ability to arrest you, I'm afraid.
Well, I'm going to get sacked in the morning. I've had 2 vodka lemonades.
This midfielder's scored a major own goal.
Yeah, I'll sort that. Right, hang on.
We'll see at the Nick. I think the world's just fallen out of his backside, bless him. I think he's thinking he's going to lose his position at the club in the morning, but he's decided to get behind the wheel of his motor when he's been drinking, so we'll take him in, sort him, go from there. Have you got his keys?
I have got his keys. Nice motor, but I don't think I'll be buying one of them.
Why?
Can you not fit in it? I couldn't get in it, and it was even worse me trying to get out of it.
Back at Mansfield Nick...
Come on, mate, we'll get you sorted.
Roy of the Ravers is still claiming he's only had a couple.
It might be just because you're a fit lad, so it's spiked a bit more, but only you will know how much you've had to drink, mate. It seems quite high to me for 2 vodka and lemonades. I've been wrong before.
But one thing that's never wrong is the intoxilizer.
Off you go. Keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing, keep blowing. Spot on, mate. 49 and 49. So take a seat, mate. That's not what you wanted to see.
The boozy ball player will be locked up until he's sobered up, and Jim and Ian can reflect on a good result.
As soon as he said, I've been down to the casino, his eyes are a bit pink and glazed. I'm sure he's been enjoying himself. He weren't rolling around drunk though, he was quite lucid and chatting to us.
Alcohol affects everybody differently, and there is no safe limit. You know, people think they can have so much to drink and still get in the car and they'll be fine. I think we've proved that's not the case tonight.
The Beamer driver pleaded guilty to drink driving. He was fined £576 and was banned from driving for 12 months. Coming up, the knife crime team smell trouble.
I've just heard what you've rustled in your truck. Come and take a seat, mate.
And the lunchbox has a familiar whiff about it.
So there's some weed under the driver's seat. Someone needs to account for this weed, or we're going to have to treat you all as suspects, okay?
You lot, you get me.
Nottinghamshire Police have the UK's only dedicated knife crime team outside of London.
Oh yeah, running there, love test scores.
Since forming in 2017,
Stand still!
knife crime has fallen by 18%, and a recent amnesty took almost 400 blades off the streets. Ken Tinley and Joe Riley from the team know that on the street drugs and weapons often go hand in hand. And today they're targeting an area plagued by both.
It's one of the inner suburbs of Nottingham, and it does have an issue with drug dealing. I don't think the people that go about their day-to-day business probably appreciate fully what's going on, perhaps in these houses or in the motor vehicles that are travelling around it. But there is an issue, there is an interest from individuals that would be on our radar for carrying weapons, and those things that lead to people to want to carry and use weapons. So, yeah, it's definitely one of the areas we're going to get more results than not.
After 7 years on the force, Ken's learned a thing or two about being in the right place at the right time.
We're one behind you anyway, Gav.
And now there's a Golf with a marker for drugs just around the corner.
There it is.
Premier shop to the near side.
Colleagues in a marked unit
It was Gav Law.
have already got behind it.
Pulled straight over.
And in a flash, it's game over.
Alright, chaps. Just turn the engine off for me, buddy.
While Joe gets stuck into a Q&A with the driver.
Is it your vehicle?
Yeah, it's my
Come back to you. What's your name, buddy?
Ken's getting to grips with one of the passengers.
Anything on you shouldn't have?
No.
Anything on that's going to hurt me or you? Oh, our PC Tinley from St Anne's, all right, works part of the knife crime team. You got any weed on you today?
No.
The passenger insists he's clean. But now Joe's had a good rummage through the driver's pockets.
Let me get in the car.
Smell a little spliff off this. Is that even cannabis? What is it?
It's cannabis, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
It's sure?
Spliff. You can smell it if you want.
It's a tiny amount of weed.
There's not much there, is there?
Nothing.
Joe reckons there must be more, and soon he cops a feel of something much bigger.
So what is it in there?
Nothing.
What is it? I've just heard it when you've done it.
You can search me.
I will be searching you, mate, because you'll be coming back for a strip search now, won't you?
Nothing on me, man.
I've just heard what you've rustled and you've tried.
I haven't done nothing.
Can we take a seat, mate?
Joe reckons the driver's got something stuffed down his pants.
Take a seat, buddy. Are you going to be honest with me? What's in there?
Obviously, I'm not going to lie, I've got a few drawers on.
Yeah? What is it, just weed?
Yeah, just a few grams of cannabis on.
Right, okay. So he's got something concealed down his trousers. Just asked him what it is. He reckons it's a couple of drawers of cannabis. So he's going to come back, and we'll get that out and take it from there, see what we've got. Just don't put your hands down your trousers, mate, all right?
Meanwhile, Ken and the passenger
Just in this car down here, mate.
are off to a separate motor for a quiet chat.
Obviously, I've searched you and I've had a good look as best I can, but it's still possible that there are things down your pants. I'm not saying they are.
So you know what?
What?
I'm not even, I'm just about.
Yeah, well.
I've done this last time as well, man.
What's happening? What are you doing? No, you can't do that. Pull your chance up. Pull your chance up.
They done this last time to me on the roadside.
Well, I'm not doing this with you, so come and sit in our car, all right?
They done it last time with me on the roadside. Exactly.
Yeah.
Officer.
That's fine.
The passenger's practically falling over himself to prove his innocence.
Can I just pull my trousers up, please? Can I get off your hands for once?
Well, you pulled them down, didn't you? So
yeah, I know, but obviously I feel like I ain't got nothing to hide. You get what I'm saying?
Right, I know. I'm not saying you have.
Ken's satisfied the passenger's got no drugs on him, but some other items arousing suspicion have been found in the car.
In this case, we've got a motor vehicle, and I can see there's half a dozen burner-style mobile phones in the car, which is kind of consistent with the sort of communication tools for drug dealing. So to have a little bit of cannabis down your pants, fine, that may well be what's going on here, but there's other elements that are quite visible. So fine, we'll take him at face value that he might have some cannabis and is willing to give us that from his pants, but for all we know, there might be something a bit more down there.
While the two passengers are free to go, Ken and Joe escort the driver back to the nick for a strip search.
Have you been strip searched before?
Yeah, I have.
And the suspicious bulge is soon revealed.
So the end result of this one is a small quantity of cannabis. Not single amounts, but sufficient that we would consider this to be a possession-only case. Whether there was any more prior to us stopping him, we're never really going to know.
The case against the driver, arrested for possession of cannabis, was discontinued, and the passengers faced no action. They may be the newest team on the force, but like all interceptors, they still rely on three of the most traditional weapons in a copper's toolbox: their eyes, their ears, and a good old-fashioned nose for something fishy. Ken and Joe are heading back out on patrol.
Little bit quick.
A shifty-looking Astra has caught Joe's eye.
Sure it's not held.
Dad, where are you?
It's come back as uninsured, so the boys spin on it.
To 4, mate, we just had one go past us on Cramner quite fast, an 06 Vauxhall Astra. No insurance on it, we're just spinning, see if we can catch it up.
When you lose sight of a motor, you sometimes have to make difficult decisions.
Up or down?
It's a gamble, it's a gamble.
In this instance, left or right.
Can't see anything up there, mate.
Ken's gambled it all on left. Joe's not convinced.
Can't see a silver Astra up there.
But a flash of silver up ahead might change his mind.
Not guaranteed to be the same one, but...
Whoa, what are you doing?
That's what you're doing, to pull into the offside.
Eyes right, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuck in on it.
Go on, buddy.
No, bud.
Yeah. Your vehicle?
My mate's, yeah.
Yeah, step out, buddy.
As well as the driver, there's 3 lively-looking passengers. So Ken's on crowd control.
Stay there, stay in the car. Stay in the car.
Take a seat in there, mate. So you say it's your mate's car?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sure, what's his name?
Now he's had a closer look, Ken thinks he recognises one of the lads.
Oh, you know me, man.
I know you.
Go to a drug bed now, yeah?
And the stench coming from the car is also familiar.
Stinks of weed. We'll do a 23. We'll just wait for them to get here.
Ken and Joe are outnumbered 2 to 1, so keep the lads contained until backup arrives.
So it concerns me that you've actually got a balaclava in the car with me.
I've always got a bally. You know we have Riley. Tell him.
Riley, tell him.
With a second unit now on the scene, the lads are finally released from the confines of the smoky motor.
Oh, mate, just stay in the doorway then. You got anything you shouldn't have?
No, got no feeling. Yo, move with that camera, bro.
The passengers insist they've got nothing on them. But after the afternoon he's had, Ken knows all the best hiding places.
Boy, yo, that's a bit close for my liking, you know.
Oh, you sucked your tummy, didn't you?
Yo, listen, that's a bit close for my liking,
That's
rude
all right.
boy.
I'm just checking you've not got anything down your pants. That's all
No,
right.
yo, don't look, yeah?
It's
got
fine.
nothing, Bruce. Just want to look at my piece. You can look
I don't
at
want to
my
look at
piece.
your
It's quite
piece. I'm
big.
just doing what I have to do, aren't I? Swim round for me, mate.
The lad's clean, but when they pulled up, Joe reckons he clocked some shifty shenanigans going on in the Astra.
Driver spun round, could potentially give something to this lad, or underneath this seat, something like that when I pulled up.
It doesn't take them long to locate the mystery item.
So who did that then? Well, it wasn't found near me anyway, so you can't do me for them. Well, mine, you get that.
So there's some weed under the driver's seat. Someone needs to account for this weed, or we're going to have to treat you all as suspects, OK? What I'm not saying anyone should account for it. What I'm asking is for people to think carefully as to where this cannabis has come from that's under the driver's seat. OK, that's fine. We'll leave it there for now, then.
While the lads figure out whose weed it is, Ken's figured out who the familiar face is.
I've immediately recognised at least one person from the car that I know is linked to some sort of street gang OCG. and there's an immediate smell of cannabis coming from the car. So the key was to get sufficient units here so that we could deal with all 4 of them, because there was 4 people in the car, and then conduct a search under the Misuse of Drugs Act.
Dude, why is not even asked? Like, you get me?
The charmer in the back has finally admitted the drugs are his, so Joe runs some checks on his ID.
No picture.
Yeah, I'm not on the system, and you lot mad ain't daft, mate. I don't do no wrong. You get me? I get my weed to smoke, that's it, you get me?
That's honest, true, mate.
Nothing.
And what about driver, this lad here?
The lad's clean, but checks on his mate, the driver, are more fruitful.
The driver of this vehicle is disqualified, and there's no insurance, so we're going to take the vehicle, and he'll need to be interviewed about the alleged offences under the Road Traffic Act. Rear seat passenger behind the driver, he's saying that's his drugs, so he needs to be spoken to about that as well.
Ken suspects it may be a pool car, a motor with no paperwork that gets used by different people until the cops catch up with it.
I would put money on this vehicle ending up in a small little box in a cube shape in the next 2 weeks or so, because I can't foresee anyone's going to come and collect it.
The driver pleaded guilty to driving without a licence or insurance. He was disqualified for 18 months and given a 20-week suspended sentence. The passenger was arrested for possession of a Class B drug and given a police caution. No one came to collect the car, so it was scrapped.
Talking to camera. What, man, gonna be on police interceptors? Yeah. Really? How you doing me like this? No, I'm not even bothered. You can show my face as well if you want.
Still to come.
Do you understand lie?
Yeah.
Dishonest?
Yeah.
Phil's police work gets lost in translation.
So what's your driving licence doing in Romania? Because what are you driving under? You should have it with you. And that's why I believe you haven't got one.
It's a bright and sunny Thursday, and Interceptors Phil Broughton and Paul Matthews are soaking up the rays on the A38.
We spotted.
Can I have a code 2, please? Precinct Road at Sutton.
Phil's got eyes on a silver motor up ahead. Although it's so banged up, it's hard to tell the make or model.
Text insured.
This silver shed is in fact a 15-year-old Peugeot, and it's coming back as registered to someone by the name of Caitlin.
Negative. We'll have a chat anyway.
Time to find out what she's got to say for herself.
Just a routine stop check. What's your name?
Sorry?
What's your name? Okay, have you got your driving licence to hand?
I haven't got it, no.
Okay.
It seems unlikely that this is Caitlin.
You got any ID on you?
No.
No. Is your vehicle?
Yes.
How long you had it?
A month ago.
A month?
Yeah.
Okay.
It may be a recent purchase, but it's hardly what you'd call a new set of wheels.
Do you have a driving licence?
Yeah.
Yeah, what sort of licence?
Romanian one.
Romanian? Where is it?
It's in my country.
In your country? Why haven't you got it? Why haven't you brought it with you?
I haven't got it with me.
Right.
Veteran interceptor and award-winning cop Phil once got attacked by a ferret whilst on duty. But today he reckons someone else's pants are on fire.
But what I'll say to you is, if you lie to me, do you understand lie?
Yeah.
Dishonest?
Yeah.
Then it bumps the offence up to something more serious, OK? So, are you genuinely telling me you have a licence and you have insurance?
It's green. The insurance is green, so...
It doesn't matter if it's green. Are you insured to drive it?
Front offside tyres slick.
All right.
I didn't know about insurance. It says if it's green, I can drive. So.
Right.
An insurance green card allows motorists to drive abroad under their home policy. The problem with this bloke's green card is that it's got someone else's name on it.
That's not you?
No.
And that's the only person who's insured?
I don't know how to check it.
So although it's green, on the MIB doesn't mean that you can drive it, because you need your own policy of insurance, or you need to be a named driver. Have I put the insurance in your name?
I don't know how
you
to
don't.
check.
Phil runs some checks on the bloke's ID, and surprise, surprise, turns out it's not his first time.
You've been dealt with for no insurance before, haven't you? So you know how it works.
I didn't. I just paying £50 to someone. They open it for me.
Right.
They make it green.
Okay.
Phil smells blood, so goes in for the kill.
You say you've got a Romanian licence, but it's back in Romania. How long have you been in the UK?
A long time.
A long time. So what's your driving licence doing in Romania? Because what are you driving under? Because you should have it with you. And that's why I believe you haven't got one.
He's got the driver cornered, and it looks like the man's story isn't the only thing that's falling apart at the seams.
Front tyre's slick, got no tread on it at all. So minimum tread depth should be 1.6 mil. As you can see on that, it's smooth. You can just about see the tread. This section here is completely smooth, and that there is the cord, which is it's effectively made up of underneath. So tyre, you should be replacing when it gets down to 3 mil, because it's been shown anything below 3 mil is ineffective at dispersing water. But the legal limit is 1.6. So as you can see, it's illegal. So you'll get a prohibition for this. So the vehicle won't be allowed to drive any further until that's fixed.
The tyres are smoother than a Barry White record.
Yeah, well, it's 0 there.
But Paul spotted some rough edges.
We've got some sharp edges, so the idea is, if the general rule of thumb, if you're walking down a vehicle with your hand down, if you catch anything, it's roughly where a small child's head or body could be. Is it possibly going to cause a laceration? Then that would be classed as a dangerous part, so that you can prohibit for that as well. So there's been a rear impact on the vehicle. It's cracked the bumper, and it's exposing a sharp edge.
In its current state, the car is dangerous and needs to be taken off the road immediately.
How much you pay for it?
Cash.
How much?
£100.
£100?
400.
Oh, 400.
Yes.
But this banger's not heading for the junkyard just yet.
This is just a roadside inspection, so I can't check everything, and I'm not a mechanic at the end of the day. So I'll send it for an MOT. You'll have to get that tyre changed. Be dealt with for that by Phil. So hopefully it won't pose a danger to anyone.
So what's going to happen today is I'm going to give you some paperwork.
Yeah.
You're going to end up going to court for the offence of driving otherwise in accordance with a licence, driving without insurance, and potentially driving with a tyre below the legal limit.
The motor's heading straight to the lockup. If, by some miracle, it passes its MOT and the man can provide a licence and proof of insurance, he can get it back.
On that, I just need a signature from you. Just there for me.
I've got some paperwork for you too.
Yeah, thank you. Everything's explained on the back, if you forget, but the main bit is when that paperwork comes through the post, you read it.
Thank you for thank you.
And don't drive again.
I'm not going to drive again.
Good.
It's estimated that as many as 1 in every 40 drivers on our roads don't actually hold a proper licence. If Phil's instincts are correct, this bloke could be facing a £1,000 fine.
My strong belief is there is no Romanian licence. He's just using that as an excuse. So potentially we've got somebody on the road that's never had any lessons, never passed a driving test, and is driving around unsupervised. So we've got a driver that's got no licence, he's got no insurance, and he's got a vehicle that's not in the best state, and pretty much it's a danger on the road. So it's one of our main priorities is to get it off the road and get that danger away, and get him before the courts to get a disqualification in place again.
The man pleaded guilty to driving without a licence and no insurance. For this and the bald tyre, he was fined a total of £283 and got 6 points on his licence. It's not known whether his new motor ever did pass its MOT.
Xin chào các bé yêu quý. Các bài tập hôm trước thì chúng mình đã cùng nhau hoàn thành xong các bài tập của kỹ năng số 4 đúng không nhỉ? Và hôm nay chúng mình sẽ cùng nhau tìm hiểu sang kỹ năng số 5 này. Kỹ năng này thì sẽ là các bài tập, các phép tính có liên quan đến nhau nhé. Bây giờ chúng mình sẽ cùng nhau theo dõi bài giảng của cô để hiểu hơn về cách làm này, được chưa? Bây giờ cô sẽ có các ô vuông này. Trong đó cô sẽ có 55 ô vuông màu trắng và 34 ô vuông màu xanh, được chưa? Bây giờ cô hỏi nhé. Vậy tổng cộng thì cô sẽ có tất cả bao nhiêu ô vuông? Muốn biết có tất cả bao nhiêu ô vuông thì chúng mình sẽ lấy số ô vuông màu trắng là 55 cộng với số ô vuông màu xanh là 34, đúng không nhỉ? Vậy kết quả sẽ được bằng bao nhiêu? 89. Ok chưa? Sẽ được bằng 89 ô vuông. Vậy là cô sẽ có phép tính đầu tiên là 55 cộng với 34 bằng 89 nhé. Vậy tương tự như vậy, nếu mà cô sẽ lấy ô vuông màu xanh trước này và cộng với ô vuông màu trắng thì kết quả sẽ vẫn bằng bao nhiêu nhỉ? Kết quả sẽ vẫn bằng 89, đúng không? Vậy mình sẽ có một phép tính thứ hai, đó chính là 34 cộng với 55 bằng 89. Đấy. Vậy bây giờ cô hỏi nhé. Chúng mình biết được rằng này, cô có 55 ô vuông màu trắng được chưa? Và 34 ô vuông màu xanh. Tổng hai ô vuông này sẽ là 89. Thế bây giờ cô hỏi nhé. Bây giờ cô tạm thời cô chưa biết số ô vuông màu xanh là bao nhiêu chẳng hạn, được chưa? Cô chưa biết số ô vuông màu xanh bằng bao nhiêu. Cô chỉ có hai dữ kiện, đó chính là cô có tổng cộng 89 ô vuông và 55, trong đó thì có 55 ô vuông màu trắng. Bây giờ hỏi cô có bao nhiêu ô vuông màu xanh thì chúng mình sẽ phải làm như thế nào nhỉ? Chúng mình sẽ phải lấy tổng cộng 89 ô vuông này, đúng không? Trừ đi số ô vuông màu trắng thì sẽ ra được số ô vuông màu xanh, đúng không? Vậy thì chúng mình sẽ phải đặt phép tính là 89 này trừ đi 55, đúng không nhỉ? Và kết quả sẽ ra số ô vuông màu xanh sẽ là 34. Đúng rồi. Một giả thiết thứ hai nhé, là cô có hai dữ kiện là 89 ô vuông màu, tổng tất cả 89 ô vuông, trong đó cô có 34 ô vuông màu xanh. Thì bây giờ cô hỏi là số ô vuông màu trắng của cô sẽ là bao nhiêu nhỉ? Chúng mình sẽ phải lấy tổng 89 ô vuông này, được chưa? Trừ đi 34 ô vuông màu xanh thì sẽ được kết quả là 55 ô vuông màu trắng, đúng không nào? Vậy chúng mình thấy rằng các phép tính này thì chúng mình có thấy liên quan đến nhau không nhỉ? Nó chính là các phép tính hoán đổi này của nhau, đúng không? Đúng rồi. Chúng mình đã hiểu kiến thức của bài mới này chưa nhỉ? Cũng khá là đơn giản đúng không? Đúng rồi. Vậy thì bây giờ chúng mình sẽ cùng nhau tiến hành like video và subscribe kênh nhé.